Hey YouTube, Andrew here with the deck profile. I'll be discussing Watts and their effect on the meta and how they could do very well at any major event. Let's get started. 3, Wat Giraffe. One of the best monsters in this deck. If you don't know what it does, it lets you, all the Wat monsters can attack directly, and all of them have 1,000 or 1,200 attack in Giraffe's term. Giraffe stops your opponent from activating any effects when it does direct battle damage. This lets you make exceeds for free the rest of the turn, summon anything. They can't activate anything until the end phase. This is very important when making Gaga Cowboys for burn damage for game. Cobra, self-searcher, and it can add the rest of them. 2 Pheasant, because it's direct attacker, and occasionally you can get rid of the Garchis, which I guess it's useful. The Seahorses. This is the best card that just came out in my opinion. I don't care about Mermail. I own the deck. I didn't find it fun. But Seahorse, this deck is amazing. Turn 1, you open Seahorse. Discard it, search 2 more. Next turn, discard those. Discard 1, search 2 Cobra. Summon the Cobra, attack with the Cobra. At that point, you've already cleared the deck of 5 monsters. Next turn, discard the last Seahorse. By this point, you should have most of your monsters in your hand, and you'll only really draw your spell and trap. Then 3 card deal to go along with the Seahorse. Both of these have the effect of, if you use their effect that turn, you cannot special summon. So they go along really well with Duality. In fact, if you open a Seahorse, card deal, and Duality, you should really win that game. There's no real question about it, unless they're nutty. And Honest, occasionally your back row will get heavied. It's happened to me before, but I had the protection of Honest in my hand to stop their Thunder King or the Wang Hu, and it's very, very good, especially since the whole deck is light, except for these guys. Tragodia, in my opinion, is one of the best monsters in the metagame at the moment. It's a tempo swinger is what it is. You've seen that word a lot recently. It helps you swing the game into your favor simply by them attacking you. You drop a 3,000 beta. And then in this deck, it can go up to 4,200 easily during your turn, thanks to Thunder Seahorse. And then because of the Seahorse and the Cobras, you are always going to have a hand presence, so Tragodia is always going to be a threat. The spells, Dualities, like I said before, works very well with Seahorse or Card. And then, in my opinion, the very, very best card of this deck is Messenger of Peace. A lot of decks game 1 can't deal with Messenger of Peace, especially when you've got 3 other cards set. They don't know which one to blind MST or to MST the Messenger and then lose to your back row. So it really creates problems for your opponent, as well as protecting your monsters. And occasionally you won't get a monster the entire game, but you'll have Messenger of Peace from the start. You can stall out for a long time. And then the staples, Dark Hole Reborn Heavy Book, and then 2 Lance. I prefer Lances over MST's main decks, simply because you don't want to blind MST warnings or bottomless, because almost none of your monsters can be hit by bottomless, and if they do warning your monster, they've just gotten themselves close to losing the game. If they're warning a Cobra, they've essentially done Cobra's job twice. His job is to get in there and deal damage, and they've just taken 2,000 instead of the 1,000 that turn. And the other thing is Giraffe itself stops Bottomless's effect happening. So I'll attack with Giraffe, attack with Pheasant, then main phase 2 I'll exceed summon Cowboy and then burn them for damage, and they can't use their face down Bottomless because Giraffe's effect is preventing them. That's why you don't need MSTs in the main deck. Lancers do the job better. Ultimate Offering. Like I said before, with a Tragodia, you'll always have a lot of monsters in hand simply because you search everything quickly. Offering lets you win the game very fast. This card is just the absolute nuts. I've had it in battle phases as well, where my opponents attack directly with a Spirit Reaper after dark holing my field. Then I've used Offering to summon out any Wat monster from my hand, and that stops the Reaper's attack. It's a very versatile card, and occasionally you have dead Seahorses in your hand that you need to stop a big attack. You pay 500, set your Seahorse, they attack that instead. It's a very good card. Fiendish Chain, Deep Prison, and Double Mirror Force. These are mostly the monster stoppers. I prefer 1 main D Prison, as there's not a lot of card D at the moment, at least where I'm playing. Mirror Force, a lot of people against this deck leave all of their monsters in attack mode just because they can, because I really will never attack a monster. There's times when they summon BLS and have a few other guys on the field and BLS banishes one of mine. They then attack with, I don't know, the Mystic Shine Balls. And Mirror Force, BLS is cleared off the field as well. Better players will know to summon things in defense against Watts, but a lot of bad people will leave their things in attack mode for no real reason, and that's where you can punish them. Monster negation. This is crucial in this deck. You need to be able to stop, same with Fiendish Chain, you need to be able to stop Priestess, Hyperion, Dark Armed, things that will destroy your back row, your Messenger of Peace, consistently. Like, if it's not Dark Armed, it's once per turn with Hyperion and Priestesses. These help you stop them after turn 1. Fiendish Chain is there for the turn 1s. And I wanted to side Hammer Shots, but I couldn't find space. And then the Monster Negation, or the Protections rather, Judgment, Double Bribe, and Road. Bribe is very, very good in this deck, because most times you'll negate a key spell that's going to hurt you, and you'll give them a dead draw monster that isn't going to do anything for them. I had a game yesterday where I won because I torrentialed when my opponent summoned a King Tiger Wang Hu. He chained Safe Zone, I chained Bribe. His Wind-Up Rabbit was also destroyed. So essentially that torrential, yes, it gave him a draw from the Bribe, but it wiped his field of every usable monster. And I would have lost to the King Tiger otherwise. Extra deck, 3 Kalgaga Cowboy. These Cowboys are just silly. I expect it to get restricted to 1, potentially banned at some point, because it's a game-winning card. You attack Giraffe, attack with Cobra. They can't play anything. Main phase 2, you exceed in a Cowboy, burn them for some more damage. It's a quick and easy way to finish a game. Double Shockmaster. There's occasions where you can make this, usually with Offering. It's very, very good against the meta. Everyone knows wind-ups are problems. And then because the deck's mostly level 4, you can play any rank 4s you want, really. I play Utopia Ray, Maestroke, Papillon Imperative, Roach, Gemini Pearl, and Abyss Dweller. All of them are solid, but most times you're going to make, if not Maestroke, it's always Cowboy. And then rank 2s, because you never know when you have dead card because of Veiler, and Tragodia on the field with low attack, Phoenix and Gachi. I've never made them, but this deck has a lot of extra deck space. And then the Stardust Dragon is there because Starlight Road. You can't really synchro on this. The side deck is 3 Thunder King. It hurts a lot of the meta and really hurts this deck itself. So to combat that, I side D Presence. And against their Thunder Kings, I'll often not use my Messenger of Peace straight away, but I'll set D Presence, set Messenger of Peace, wait for them to attack with the Thunder King. A lot of people realize that it isn't saving them from losing. People don't really understand this game, at least where I'm playing. A lot of people will attack into your D Presence with their Thunder King that's stopping me from winning. That's why I side D Presence at the moment rather than Hammer Shot. I prefer Hammer Shot over Smashing because I want to kill the thing usually with the highest attack, whether it be a Priestess, Dark Arm, Hyperion, Thunder King. Usually I want to kill something with the highest attack, and I don't want to give them life points with Soul Taker. So that's why I'd Hammer Shot over Smashing Ground. And the 3 MST are for replacing Lancers against decks that can run Safe Zone or Burn. Burn is annoying. And then finishing off the side deck is Trip Macro. Stops Mermails, which are an issue. If I don't have Tragodia, you'll probably win, unless it's game 2 and I have Macro. And then the Gozen matches are usually for wind-ups. If they open Shockmaster, it's a big problem to get around that. So the Gozen matches really, really help you recover from the Shockmaster plays. Apart from that, I really, really wish this deck had done better at the last YCS, which I think was Seattle. I really think this deck has a good matchup against a lot of the meta, especially because of Messenger of Peace and the sheer amount of traps that it can run easily. It loses, funnily enough, to Burn. If they play a Gravity Bind or a Level Limit, all your monsters are level 4, so none of them can attack. And if they can stall you long enough, they can burn you quickly enough. So the side deck's sort of around that to help. And it's just the simple matter of Giraffe plus another monster, attacking with them, going into Cowboy, is an easy 3,000 to 4,000 damage, which can quickly add up and win you the game. It's a good deck to control the tempo of the game, and really, really strong in general. And a lot of people don't know what to side against this. The main card to side against this deck, if you're worried about it, are these. The Thunder Kings are just a huge pain in the ass against this deck. I can't Seahorse, I can't Cobra. It really locks me down, and it hurts quite a bit. That's my what deck, guys. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.